Button has been pressed a little bit earlier this time around, but I think we should be live. And hopefully, this time around, maybe actually in 1440p. Everything seems to be running smoothly, so we'll just get into it, I guess. Today, a little bit earlier than usual, I'll be playing the Scharnhorst. Because, well, I felt like it. I'm kind of running low on things to grind, really. So why not just have some fun with the most disgusting 7.0 ship in game, the Scharnhorst. I also still have to do something about this wreck of a tech tree. So, without further ado, we'll just jump right into it. What I'm doing, well, Scharnhorst. It's a bit of a difficult question how you grind. What I always have done is just spade whatever I have and move on. Usually by doing that you'll get lineups by the time you've done spading one lineup or one BR bracket. Although I don't really have the greatest memory of what I've actually did for the Germans. What I tend to do though, especially with grinding ships, I'll just stick with one BR until all of it is spaded, then move on. Firebug? Cringe? Not entirely sure. Do you mean the bug that would detonate barbette fires or something? I've never had that bug, so I'm not entirely sure if it is a thing that needed to be fixed. Let's see, any familiar faces? None whatsoever. So my play now is just to head straight to the A point and fend off everything that'll get close to it. Mississippi, that's going to be a nasty thing to deal with. Don't know my guns doing that. I also need to bind them manually to my secondaries. Leonardo da Vinci, Helena. Should probably deal with the Mississippi, but I didn't actually have the pen to deal with them. Almost 10-kilometer range. This should actually. Let's see what that salvo does. Decent hits, but no real pens. Okay. I wasn't even aware I'd set him on fire anywhere close to his magazines. But I'll take it. Ooh, a Des Moines, that'll be a dicey target next. Bit close to a friendly Kronstadt. And my frame rate is really not liking this either, but oh well. I'll just slow down to let this Kronstadt past me. Because he doesn't seem very intent of just separating. The mine is turning away. Bit of a shallow hit there. The guy in the Mississippi has respawned. I'm still very curious how I actually managed to detonate him that quickly. There goes a ready wreck detonation on the Russian cruiser. There's a showdown detonation in the Des Moines class, but not a full-on detonation yet. Let's see if we can change that. Seems Da Vinci has his eyes on me. So let's give it some attention in return. See what's going on. Let's keep ourselves a little bit busy with the battleships for now. Although Scharnhorst doesn't really like dealing angled targets like that. So let's just maybe keep up our fire on the cruisers. And at the same time start turning in towards the A point. Need to be very wary of enemy destroyers on our flanks. And frigates trying to sneak in between as well. Because they'll just take the caps from underneath us and we won't be able to deal with them. Let's try and sink that SKR before that gets anywhere close to the caps. And there he goes. There's the Moffat. I think I need to be a bit more worried about what's in front of me, but at the same time, not really. I'm playing a Scharnhorst after all. Why would I need to be worried about the ships in front of me? Let's hold our fire actually until we get a lead. There we go. Those will probably just hit the island, but oh well. Oh, my aim was way off there. It's gonna mark him again for the beam, and now deal with what's in front of me. That guy going broadside is going to be my next target, although the Des Moines over there is a juicy target as well. That salvage should probably finish him off. And now my job is going to be to get as close as possible and use these torpedoes. Yep, there goes Des Moines. Bridge has been knocked out, but that's no problem. Oh, torpedo chips have been knocked out, that's a bit more of a problem if I want to use them. There's another player Tashkent, so it doesn't matter. That guy is not going to eat that torpedo. Let's just launch two of my own. That Westfalen got sunk. Okay. Maybe I can sink this Arkansas. And just stop my repairs so the fires can go out. Straight into the magazines. And we'll just keep pushing them, I guess. Lost my front turret, but it doesn't matter at this point. I'm gonna go for torpedo runs. Rear didn't quite have the depression to actually reach the target. Not on my turn, at least. Ready torpedoes for the Russian battleship. Let's launch 3 of them. And fire blows it into him to keep him on his toes. What are you? It's a Fargo shooting me up a bit, that's fine. This Eugen seems to be not too interested in me. I've lost my front turret somehow. Torpedoes are well on track for that Marat. Let's start repairing some of my guns. And that Marat might be flooding, might not, who knows. There goes a shot of detonation. Prince Eugen got sunk by a friendly Kronstadt. I'm just still in their spawn and there's nothing they can do about it. Let's see if I can maybe do a little bit of a cheeky magazine hit there. Need my ship to level off out from the turn though. Forward. Not quite. Didn't quite have the firepower for it. Yeah, that's not gonna happen anymore. It is an AI chopper, so not really a concern. Oh look, it's a Mississippi again. That'll be Torpedo 1, Torpedo 2, and we'll see what happened to those. In the meantime, let's go for the middle turret on that Da Vinci. Not quite. Torpedoes seem to be on course to hit the Mississippi. Well, it's more Scharnhorst still being Scharnhorst. And it's because of this ship, mainly, that last week I originally planned to play the American battleships, just grinding them. And then had a few encounters against, well, Scharnhorsts. I've been just sailing into their spawn. I've been getting shot by battleships, by cruisers, and I'm at 35% crew. Secondaries have taken some damage. I think one of my hull compartments is out, but that's about it. Still fully operational. My engines have never been damaged. All the funnels have. That's about it. What are my magazines like? The front one is a little bit hurt. Nothing serious. And that is just what Scharnhorst is. There's something on B. Let's see. Douglas. The shells seem to be on target. But friendly Des Moines already took it out. And there goes the Da Vinci. And there's the Marat, and he's also now been taken out. And I am literally just in their spawn. And there's the Da Vinci again. So what are we going to do? We're just going to launch torpedoes at it. And with a bit of luck, they'll actually hit before the match ends. But I don't think they will at this point. This ship really is just disgusting. But oh well, I do have to spade it at some point. So might as well try and do it now. What do I really need to get? More survivability upgrades, maybe? The float gun could be funny. The thing is, those ships won't do anything either. The problem with Scharnhorst is not that that a certain gun caliber is needed or a certain caliber of ships. Its armor layout is just impenetrable in terms of gameplay purposes. You cannot get to the Citadel, and actually that's not the problem either. It's not that the Citadel being impenetrable is not the problem. The problem is that it... Let me try and find this again. So I need to put the ship level, protection analysis, and crew distribution. It has a large chunk of crew in the engines. But you cannot penetrate the engines with its armor layout. So one way to fix the immortality of Scharnhorst is just make it so that the crew compartments actually hold all the crew. So you don't have to penetrate the impenetrable Citadel to kill Scharnhorst. You know, maybe add some more crew there, add a crew compartment in between the two turrets, some more crew in there. Stuff like that could fix it, but oh well. For the time being, Scharnhorst is just immortal again. The armor is accurate to what the Scharnhorst is. It is just the way that the crew has been distributed in the ship that makes it such a problem. Because I'm not entirely sure if the turtleback should really be as effective as it is, but no well. Any enemy battleship presence? Dreadnought is not a threat. Oh, nothing is a threat to this ship, really. Well, the Hagros torpedoes would be, of course. So that's going to be my first target. So another dreadnought spawn in. I'm going to ready a barrage at the Miyoko. And there goes the Miyoko. Next up the Mikuma. Seems I am the heaviest navalist on my team. It's fine. That's an enemy Congo. Iron type, that's a Satsu. Where's Kuma? There it is. The shots are not quite going where I want them to go. Somebody launched a float plane, I think, going for the A point, but that's never gonna happen. I don't have it unlocked yet for the Scharnhorst. My Scharnhorst is not spaded. So that's also one of the reasons why I'm playing it at the moment. To just be done with it. The Mikuma player doesn't seem to be the sharpest either. Repairing his engines immediately, but not really dealing with the flooding. Maybe not being able to deal with the flooding. That Harana is definitely going to be my biggest problem in the moment. That's a problem for later. Let's see what's about. Some Russian cruisers. Satsu is fine. Let's go for this cruiser because he seems to be keen on going straight for the A point as well. There goes to Mikuma. And that Cleveland class is sinking quite quickly as well. Kinda lengthened my own reloads there, but well. I don't think I can do much to that Cleveland class at the moment. Kind of embarrassed that my air gunners have not managed to shoot down that plane yet. Another Miyoko out and about, another Mikuma. I'm taking this path because I want to get this island in between me and their spawn so I don't get torpedoed by any of the stray Japanese long lances. Is it the stream FPS or is it my actual match? Because it should be fine, but it's yeah. I'll be having some more internet issues again. So if the stream is lagging behind, there's not much I can do about it, to be honest, in terms of frame rate. I made her two out there, okay. And now we retreat, because I do not want to push around this island with the threat of long lances out there. And my main guns can't really shoot anything at the moment either. And that thing's gonna decap, isn't it? And my torpedoes are inactive or inoperable. So let's see about that. That thing has to be stopped, or otherwise we'll just decap. There we go. And now we're going to push to the other capture points. Or try to at the very least. It is a Wyoming. I don't think I quite have enough pen to just pen it through the nose. We're going to try. with the few shells that made it through. Yeah, not quite. Didn't quite have the correct lead. There's the Haguro, or Miyoko trying to be sneaky. So let's just cut that off. There's some kind of coastal vessel on the B point. I think it might be the M82 again. Because it was not that AISKR that capped it. Actually, let's make sure. Yeah, it's at M82 again. Did it actually die already? No, it didn't, so it's definitely still on the B point, or near it. And there's a Bravi out there as well. There's the M82. So let's finish him off, where he goes to capture another zone. And that should be able to finish him off. There we go. Now onto this Miyoko again. There goes Miyoko. Let's see if we can maybe poke the Sachsen in the magazine as well. Too far forward. Still a bit too far forward. I do actually want to make it into the B point, past it. And that's the guy that was in the M82. Not very happy with me. So not very much you can do about it, to be honest. Especially in a light cruiser like that. You're a plane, but that's a torpedo that's gonna miss by the looks of it as well. Yep. Good try. Iron Duke seems to be going for the C point, so I don't need to contest that either. Where did that Bravi go I saw earlier? Oh well. Not a big threat either. Don't like it when you hear the call out for a patrol craft. It's probably that one they call that. I see that the Saxon has launched his bow-mounted torpedoes, but I see them. I'll be able to dodge them. And that was a fire in the shadow, I guess. And there's the enemy Scharnhorst. Bit late to spawn one. That is definitely not where he should be leading. But that's probably a bit too far to the right as well. Let's see if we can push that Bravi from out of his position. Is there any ruse that I might be able to shoot at? No, but there's two battleships right there. And an aircraft that is not happy with me. A P-8, of course. But you see, the answer to that problem will be just a backup. Which we will... actually, let's just spawn the Baden once as well. Try and get some RP into that. He didn't need to get a big one off, but in the end of it all, I don't think it matters much at the current state of the game. Indeed, Scout. At least I did manage to take him out as well. That Congo is sinking. Not many damaged ships out there otherwise. Oh, that one, but that's sinking as well. Ooh, there's the Bravi just sitting out in the open. And another bomber, apparently. I mean, I can understand the event gate going up to 2.0 because it... Although, it's a bit of a shame because you don't really have a lineup at 2.0 for Japan. But I do understand it. It was a bit of a... It was only really used by people like probably me and you who are just using it to curb stomp during events. Capturing A, but that's not really a problem. Especially not a problem I can't deal with. Yeah, but even against players it's not too bad. The 8cm, well, 76mm gun is decent enough even against players. And you don't really see that many players at that BR anyways. I mean, if you're fighting a team full of players, it probably isn't that good. But in the way that kind of BR was, it was pretty good. Yeah, this match will be over very soon. With a decent chunk of stuff done. There we go. Ooh, that was a modification actually completed on the Baden. Let's go for ventilation next. Oh. Well, thank you, Deutschland. Really didn't need to, but thank you anyways. And what else do we do? We have this one done. What was my modification on Scharnhorst? My wetting, okay. Then I'll probably get a float bin after. I mean, you don't really have to. Especially since I currently don't actually take any money from YouTube. But thank you nonetheless. I kind of actually lost my train of thought there. Oh well. But yeah, the main reason it's a shame that this thing got moved up is because it made a killer 1.7 lineup. So this lineup is what I use, especially just Type C38, Type 4 mod, and this one, because this is an event vehicle. You could use it to grind other events with, even at the lower battle rating, lower rank rather. And these two boats are really fun. The Type 5 even is quite fun. PT-802 of course isn't, but yeah. This used to be a very good event lineup, just to relax with. At 2.0, less so. Back to Germany. Sure, Deutschland, if you want to squad up. Never managed to spell your name correctly, but it is correctly. Hold on. Are you in my squadron? I believe you are. There you are. Really? You think Japan 1.7 was that bad? I quite like the Japanese 1.7s. Then again, like a big frame of reference I have to keep thinking about when I'm talking about how I experience especially the older trees and they're earlier in the tree, is I played a lot of those coastal trees back when coastal was really populated. You know, before the naval split. In that sense, especially if you're talking about pre-naval split, you had this roadblock coastal vessel. It got really hard to grind through if you wanted to get to the blue water ships. And that I can see being a bit much. I also noticed that thing just stays on there for a while. Probably need to adjust it at some point. Why is it cut off as well? Anyways, ooh, this map. It's with Scharnhorst. I think my best approach is to straight line it to B. If it was recently, I'm not familiar again with that lower. I say that I'm not actually familiar with that low tier coastal ground, but I just did it for France a little while ago. That seemed pretty quick, but then again, it's me playing as well, with a premium account and all that. A VS8? Not the worst choice, not the best choice. We're going to do a coastal spawn. VS10 is a much better choice. Bakuma is not really a threat, and it's 2 dreadnoughts, Okay, you do that, Deutschland. Bravi, Bakuma, Lorraine, or one of those later French BBs, that's Bretagne, no. Courbet, that's the premium one. One of the Sverdlovs. Or is it? No, that's a Chapayev, isn't it? That is a Mutsu. One of the few vaguely scary things at this battle rating. Or a Scharnhorst. Oh, that is Namagi. I didn't actually see the turret. I saw the catapult, but didn't really see the turret. That is Namagi. Oof. Yeah. That's one complaint I can understand, is that so in a 7-0 match you spawned 2 coastal vessels after you got dunked on by that thing. Impressive. But yeah, because you have all of these bot lobbies at lower tier coastal, you do have a hard time grinding through it because it's just longer. Because you get less rewards from bots, of course. There was an attempt from some battleship there. That plane seems to be overshooting the cap, but not quite. Doesn't matter anyways, I'll be able to recap at some point. Some Russian dreadnought behind there as well. That's a hood, okay. Is it? It is. That's vaguely scary, but that's a high salvo from him, so no real damage done. In the meantime, I'm just gonna do as much as I can to this French battleship. So somebody spawned 3 coastal vessels. Ah, they're in a squad, aren't they? So that's an interesting choice for 7 now. Gonna swap my focus to Makuma. Maybe because it just needs your kill. Not quite sure what my anti-air guns are shooting at, but well. Don't see any torpedo trails in the water just yet from the Makuma. Which is always a bit of a concern when you see them turn broadside towards you. But I think he's actually dodging another battleship salvo. So nothing for me to be too worried about. Okay. Enemy captured C as well. That's, I think, that guy's last spawn. Let's try and hit it. That salvo will definitely not hit it. But my lead seemed correct. A bit more now. And of course he turned away just at the right moment. And he got sunk anyways. That is rude. Taking my cap from right in front of my nose. But I think I should still be able to make it in with some time to spare. The hood is going to be my problem now. And I'm not actually entirely sure how to sink a hood. That guy managed to crush himself into the mountain. Please don't tell. Of course it's a P8. Rear turrets, well the thing is I'm not able to see the rear turrets of the hood. I'm gonna repair as well to get those anti-air guns back up, but I should be able to capture B before the nuke hits me. So that's at least a positive. And I'll just snipe him. I definitely don't mind that. Okay, now the hood is showing his rear turrets. It's a bit difficult to say which shell is actually best between AP and SAP. I usually always go for more pen is better. Because even with more filler, the filler of AP is usually enough to hit MRX anyways, and you still need direct hits even with SAP. Actually, wouldn't it be better to try and torpedo the hood? So let's predict his angles a bit with a very wide spread. And get on the move again. I knocked out one of those turrets, but I'm just not getting near the ammo. I don't think I'm gonna sink the hood that way. I really am not. Not at this range. Yeah, the fact that ships still have stock HE is baffling. I'm taking a lot of focus. A lot of it, but I'm a Scharnhorst. I can take it. Let's try the rear turret again. All my front guns have been knocked out by the looks of it. I don't really have the crew skill to do both at once. The Torpedo should still be on the way. Bit of luck, I'll hit one of them. I know it's evil. was in a bit of a mood today. There goes one torpedo hit amidships. Lovely. Could have done without the fire though. That hit the magazine, if only slightly. I'm gonna cancel the repairs again, because fires are always more important, no matter what they are. That is a third fire, so I need to extinguish that. Hood is still flooding. That's a permanent flooding as well. But I don't think that's gonna be enough to actually sink the hood. Get back onto the repairing of the turrets. Another fire, but this time I'm going to ignore the fire. I need a turret backup. This choice might well be the end of me, but I have backups. Come on, just repair that main turret. There it goes. A fire detonated me. Actually, that is a direct hit. I got the courage in return. And now we do the disgusting thing you do with Scharnhorst and just spawn it again. Yeah, the hood is recovering, but I did permanently take out part of its propulsion. Woods is still practically undamaged, which is a little bit concerning. It opening up on me is even more concerning, but I think it's actually opening up on the Makuma.
Allied forces have captured a zone. Take him down.
It is Namagi. It is Namagi. For some reason I keep thinking it's a Mutsu. To be perfectly honest, I think we are actually outmatched in this match. By a few battleships players that actually know what they're doing. Although the hood hasn't re-engaged me just yet. The Amagi being full health is a bit concerning. And it doesn't seem like it can do much at range either. So maybe let's just continue engaging this hood. Okay. I will say I genuinely don't actually know how to sink a hood with a Scharnhorst. I have heard the rear magazines, but I just can't hit those reliably. Not with these guns. At least I think. Also, how has he repaired his engines? I thought I permanently flooded that segment, didn't I? I must not have. Need to check that I'm actually still on a good course. There we go. The hood seems like he'll sink from crew damage more than anything else at the moment. That salvo was a bit concerning. What is over there? Oh, it's just a Mikuma. Doesn't matter. That hood should be sinking now at 8%. Seems like it. So we're gonna switch fire to the Mikuma. Seems to be at extreme range. And I can't find its exact range. There it is. Seems the enemy is just keen on not moving to the caps, except for that a German dreadnought right there. He seems to be making a move on the cap. So he will be my next target. Unless, of course, I should probably help with the Yamagi as well. He's now significantly closer, but behind an island. But I've now pissed off that German dreadnought, of course. I think he actually managed to take out one of my guns as well. 2 of my guns. Let's just repair all of that. And even more examples of visual fires now just being a thing for when you take damage. Cancel the repairs because all my barrels have been repaired. That's all I care for at the moment. There goes a shell detonation on the front and quite a big... how do you call them again? Flash fires? Enemy is capturing C, that's great. Hello, the Dark Aggressor. Mark it for my gunners. Have them switch to all targets. Or have my secondaries just hit him in the head. Keep gunners on anti-air targets now. Where's the B point again? There it is. There's nothing quite close to it just yet. These German dreads are getting a little bit dangerous, I guess. Many of all their secondaries just hitting me. Gun breach damage again. Oh, you're shooting me as well now, are you? It was a good engine hit. I'm taking a lot of fire now. And my FPE is not automatic. That's not great. That's not great at all. I forgot I switched it off with my engagement with the hood. There goes one of my front turrets. Well, now we'll just ignore repairs and become a mobile, well, a torpedo boat. A very well armored torpedo boat. The Magi is now sinking. The enemy have captured C. It's kind of preoccupied, so I didn't notice it. Gonna launch 2 torpedoes at him because it seems like somebody else is already launching torpedoes. He sunk Miyoko behind me. I think it's a better idea to just leave auto fires on. At least I do, because it's when you're in a big firefight like this, it's better not to worry about whether or not you should, you know, do your fires or not. Yeah. Well, glad I could help for that advice. That's not sunk. Game's almost over. Let's repair my guns again. Never mind, game's over. That was easy enough, I guess. And I got a camo for my Scharnhorst as well. Alright, next module we go for is the floatplane. I'll deal with that notification later. I'm very tempted to use my big boosters, and I think I just will. Yeah, sure, let's go for it as well. What's the worst that can happen? It really just is, isn't it? Who knows? It's been in the files for a long time now. The guys now. Speaking of files, there's one thing that I've been quite disappointed in, and that's the fact that we didn't get Colorado this update, even though it was in the files on the dev server. So it'll be another 3 months of no US 16-inch ship. Ooh, an open ocean map. Well, what you do is you spawn closest to your air spawn and just, you know, full speed straight into the enemy spawn. Congo class, Alaska, Mississippi. Another Mississippi. Those are kind of difficult to deal with. Another Mississippi. Oh boy. And we have 4 Scharnhorst. Oh boy. And it's already a shell room detonation on that Mississippi, meaning he's lost his front turret. Now we just need to keep shooting the same area and detonate them. He's fired his first salvo at me now, and I'm firing my third. Actually, I don't think he's even aiming at me at this point. And there goes Mississippi. Next up will be the Alaska, because I really don't like 5-inch spam. And another Scharnhorst also killed the Mississippi by detonation. Need to stop our flooding. And there goes the Alaska. I guess next up will be the Congo. Or the Mississippi. Yeah. Yeah. Bit too far forward. Very much balance. Too high to actually do any magazine damage to the Mississippi. It was decent, but it straddled the target. Another bit too high, really. Something just detonated the shell room on that Fuso over there in the distance. That was a decent enough hit, but I don't think it actually penned well enough. Not quite sure what I want to shoot at. Maybe salve into the Congo, then maybe shoot at the destroyer or the secondaries, which of course I no longer have because they've been blasted to bits. And somebody else finished them off. So let's now focus fire on this Congo that's getting close. Or I could ignore it and just torpedo it when it gets close enough. Which does sound a lot more fun. Let's maybe tickle this Mississippi because he seems keen in engaging me. And just keep closing in on the Congo.
Keep it up, and victory will be ours.
I hear an aircraft, but I think it's friendly. It is. And there goes another Mississippi. for flooding. Too far behind in that Mississippi. It's way too far behind him. That Mississippi is turning away. I'm going to turn out a little bit as well. Get torpedoes away against this Congo. And almost, there we go. 1 and 2. And back to this Mississippi, who is, I think, collided with the Fuso. Okay, how fast are my torpedoes? Okay, decent bit faster than I am. Yeah, about 2-ish from the middle. That's where I need to aim. There we go, shallow detonation of his rear turret. Congo is still well on course to intercept his torpedoes, I think. And even if he isn't, we're gonna prepare another attack. Okay, this is actually a problem. Let's stop the flooding. Deal with the fire first. Those torpedoes still look decent. Now we'll deal with the flooding. Torpedoes still looking pretty good. Hit 1, hit 2, is not gonna put it down. It is very close though. There's a fire next to one of his magazines. Let's put one more torpedo into it for good measure. You're permanently flooded in the bow, but that's fine. I need to just repair some guns. Congo is sinking. All main guns repaired, so we can stop our repair progress. Why do you want to take some damage? I'm still fine. Even if I wasn't, I'll just want to back up. I don't really care. Not quite sure that's how it works, but oh well. Just gonna keep shooting this Fuso. And close in on the Mississippi who's been running away from me. But I think he's just gonna get sunk by my squad mate. Another explosion in the Fuso. Both those ships are very low health now. First is going down. Mississippi's going down. Okay, some new ships have spawned. A Torpedo. Didn't see too many of those. Actually gonna spare it until I see it going broadside. Fuso has sunk, Mississippi has sunk. Well, who cares? I'll just shoot the Tonne. And do some repairs in the meantime. Going bowing like that is not going to save you. Now there you go, now you're turning for a torpedo attack. Don't really think you managed to get torpedoes away from that angle. But it doesn't matter because the game is over. Oh, that'll have been a good use of a 200% booster, that's for sure. Decent enough, at least. Got my float plane, got a decent chunk into Bayern as well. Now we just need new pumps. And after that, maybe some of the turret rotation speed mods. And well, we keep going. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of them either. It's just, ugh. Somebody else pointed this out to me as well, and I'm not sure how many of you are very familiar with like the World of Warships dev blogs, but somebody pointed out that the new ship icons kind of look like the same fisheye lens thing has been applied to them. Where their bow looks a lot longer than it really is. I mean, I can't really look... Well, if you don't mind, let me just look at Rodney. But yeah, it's just... off. Though, to be honest, there is just a lot of empty space in front of the front gun as well. But back to a Scharnhorst. Well, that's not gonna happen. Actually, who is it that wanted to join my squadron? I'll look at that later. Don't Deutschland, really don't. Although it is the sales at the moment, isn't it? There's just the things, I don't actually use premium ships. I don't think I even have anything on my wish list when it comes to premiums. Don't give me Leonardo da Vinci because I will not use it. I mean, I still need to spade my normal Italian dreadnoughts, and by doing that I'll get to the other 6 7s and 7 As. I do not like using premium battleships.
Alle Mann auf Gefechtsstation. Maschinen äußerste Fahrt voraus.
Scharnhorst, and Mississippi, Congo class, Congo, Marat. What else? Nothing much. And another Mississippi.
Feind gesichtet. Ziel identifiziert. Flugzeugträger.
Attack the enemy.
Lots of Mississippis about. Wait, is that really? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Schlachtschiff. Ziel identifiziert. Schlachtschiff.
Well, that's a good opening salvo. Also, that is a Mutsu. Let's detonate the next Mississippi. Oh, that's probably a bit too far forward, isn't it? Yeah, well, though it could still splash into it. Almost. Almost. And almost again. Let's just switch over to this target then, I guess. Although he's angled now, so it's going to be a bit more difficult for me to get into. Yeah, there's going to be a lot more Mississippis about because of the SL crates, aren't there? I've seen quite a few people win it. It's quite neat. Also, if that's going to be your first battleship experience in War Thunder, that's going to be great. Oh, come on. It wasn't a detonation? I guess it wasn't. Although there is a fire next to his magazine now, so with a bit of luck it'll just spread. And there it goes. Ooh, that's a Tennessee. It's a bit scarier. In terms of their hull, not that I know of, all the standards are, well, standard in terms of their armor layout. The only major difference is Mississippi has, not Mississippi, Tennessee has the 5-inch 38 turrets. But in terms of armor, they should be the same vulnerabilities and stuff. I think their fuel tanks are actually a bit different as well. But let's find out where its magazine is. That salvo looks decent. And pop goes the shell room and splashed into the magazine as well. So let's keep shooting that. Goes heavily damaged. Mississippi's kind of being blocked by the Mutsu now. Can we really detonate the Mutsu with the rear super firing turret, to my knowledge? It was a bit too awkward of an angle at this point. It's still a bit too high anyways. Ooh, there we go. Splash the magazine. Just a few more salvos in that position should do the trick. Oh, come on. Oops, something blew up there. Oh, torpedo tubes are out, so let's repair them and actually torpedo the enemy Scharnhorst. Meantime, another salvo against this Tennessee. To little effect. Torpedoes are back up. We launched a bit of a spread against the Scharnhorst, a relatively narrow one. And just continue on our way. Maybe launch a few more torpedoes against these battleships. There we go. All torpedoes away. And you I can actually launch with the other set. If they actually want to launch this. There we go. He's turning in now though. But that could be bad for me. The Scharnhorst is actually reversing. Some more torpedoes might just miss him. There goes the Tennessee. Here's what Harana is going to just go and for a pass on me. Because I'm ready with my right hand side torpedo launchers when it is. Kind of is. There we go, 2 more torpedoes. Mutsu got sunk as well, so my torpedoes against it will have been useless. Gonna make a hard left turn to use my other torpedoes on the Scharnhorst. I think that Congo is gonna run straight into my torpedoes because it doesn't know better. I'll start shooting at some of the stuff over here. Yep, torpedoes seem okay. Or did he just barely dodge them by turning in a bit? He might have. Nope, never mind. Scharnhorst 80 torpedo already. Good for me. I can stop executing this turn then. That Congo definitely dodged my torpedoes. Let's see what we can do to that Alaska. Way too much lead. It should be better. There goes a shell room for the super firing turret. Let's maybe just sink this Pittsburgh as well. Just to get rid of it. And what's in front of me now? A Hyuga and an Aoba and another Scharnhorst. Now, will that Scharnhorst learn from his mistakes and not run into the same torpedoes again? I get a feeling he won't. So I'm going to ready my last set of torpedoes. And launch them straight at him. With a little tiny spread. Let's see if we can hit the rear turrets of the Arizona. Close enough. Lots and lots of targets and very difficult to choose which to shoot. But I think that choice will be made for me when I respawn. Please just sail straight, Scharnhorst, please. It'd be incredibly funny if you just run into my torpedoes again. Don't quite have the drop to actually hit the magazines of the Alaska at this range. The shell just go straight over. Scharnhorst is still sailing in a straight line. Torpedoes are right there on him. Those are going to hit, maybe? Please? Okay, one of them hit. Didn't do too much damage though, sadly. And let's spawn the bard now, because the game's pretty much over anyways. No real reason to rush back into a backup Scharnhorst. Hyuga is sinking, and game's over. Now, do I have any bonus battles left on Bayern? I do not, sadly. But we're getting closer and closer to unlocking it. And closer to spading Scharnhorst. Although that's probably not going to happen today. But well, as soon as Deutschland is ready, we'll just keep going. There we go. And now we just wait. Also, I've actually completely lost track of time, but isn't this the first stream of this update? How did I think about it? Did the update only launch this week? I think it did, didn't it? No, wasn't it 2 weeks ago? I've completely forgotten when this update actually launched, whether it was this week or last week. Let's see when it was. Yeah, no, it was just this week. So this is the first stream of this update. I completely forgot it. Oh well. There's nothing really much to show anyways. So again, we just run straight at the A point and win. Ooh, Barham. Barham, Corbett, 2 Helenas, Mississippi. I mean, if I've heard that Rodney is actually incredibly tanky, it just floods out incredibly quickly as well. Ooh, another thing actually, now that I'm talking about this update again. I'm going to start work on the update summary video next week. Well, tomorrow, but it'll be in progress next week. I probably won't have the same kind of footage as I did for the last one, when it comes to all the new vehicles. Because it's been pretty difficult to spot all the new vehicles. I think I've gotten Rodney, Ursatsiork, and Arkhangelsk. Well, the Russian R-Class, I've spotted all of those, or people have spotted it. But stuff like the Ghibli and the Z4 are going to be difficult to spot, I think, in a while for me to get a replay of. Okay, lost my turret. Doesn't happen often. Crunch in Alaska. And a very much on fire corvette. It was definitely a fire. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Makuma's AP could actually penetrate the corvette. I want to detonate this crunch shot first, because it's a crunch shot. And it needs to suffer for its existence. And there goes one shell room, I think. The Alaska needs to be next because it's spamming with 5-inch HE, and it hurts. Alright, the turrets are quite vulnerable on Rodney as well, aren't they? It is one of those ships I really need to get my own hands on, really. See what it's like. Yeah, 40-second reload is also quite rough, and that's a... Isn't that an ace crew 40-second reload as well? So that's just... not great. Yeah, that is just not great. Just need to get into the gap. Gonna launch torpedoes at that Mississippi. Because why wouldn't I? Stop my repairs as well now. Okay. I think the Mississippi's on the move now as well, so my torpedoes will not hit. So it's more than valid to shoot at it. Main guns. Who are you? Nice. Well, if you don't really know how to say this, but I'd love to have server replays of all the new update ships, because that is the easiest way for me to get footage of them for a video. It's just server replays. The thing is, of course, you can't send links through the YouTube chat. And unless you're on my Discord server, I'm not really that easily reached either when it comes to that kind of stuff. Although I do technically have an email, I haven't checked it in months. Maybe shoot again. Like, an email for the channel, not my normal emails, of course. But I think I've already gotten a replay for... I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm going to keep calling it the Russian R class. Because I do not know how to pronounce it properly. The Archangelsk. Just weird. Weird for me, at least. So many cruisers. I think I need to start taking some, or unlocking the 11-inch SAP to deal with these American light cruisers. Because AAP just overpens most of the time. Well, no. I understand ARC being a tactical vehicle because Russia just does not have any more capital ships. So it does limit their potential for future event/premium battleships, of course. Well, and the Sovietsky Soyuz. It's definitely going to happen that the Russians will get the Sovietsky. But that's never going to be an event or premium ship. Yeah, but Stalingrad is also a 12-inch ship. So it would just be a Kronstadt, you know, addition. By the way, we do have a Stalingrad in the files already. From that same leak like several years ago. Also really... Also, I'm sinking. Oh. Apparently I have repaired myself a bit too much. Spamming me with 40 mils is just... Why? My ears. No, Sovietsky Soyuz was not in dem Deutschland. It was not. Both Kronstadt and Stalingrad were, but not Sovietsky Soyuz. We didn't get any 16-inch ships in that leak. Yes, those years ago. I still have all of them on file, I think. I don't think I deleted them, I might have. But most of them are already in game now, with the only like big ones in terms of capital ships not being in game being the Gneis now and the Stalingrad. I think the Indianapolis is also one of those ships that wasn't added, even though it was in the files. So I got net a few coastal vessels as well, but most of the stuff from that leak 3 years ago, 4 years ago now, has been added. Yeah, there was. It would have been cool to see, to be honest. One of the dual 40 mil in the front. I doubt it as well. Enemy on B. Visual. The Alaska is making his way to the B and C point as well. Back up Kronstadt, because of course. Why wouldn't you? careful about... Ah, that is what capturing the B point, is it? And also immediately sailed out of the B point. We almost have all of them. We're missing... Of the World War II ships that actually saw service, we're missing 4. 1 Congo, 1 Nagato, and both Yamatos. So the only actual constructed and finished Japanese capital ship class we do not have in game yet are the Yamatos. And if we're talking about realistic projects that we could get at as well, it's just the Tosa and the Yamatos.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
Ziel identifiziert. Leichter Kreuzer.
Heil! 140! 6000 Meter!
Zerstörer. Voraus. 5000 Meter. Ziel identifiziert. Schlachtschiff.
Heil! 140! 6000 Meter! Feind vernichtet! Das Feuer liegt decken!
Let's see if we can knock out this Mississippi.
100!
And maybe some of these AI Tashkents as well.
Ziel identifiziert. Zerstörer.
There goes Mississippi.
4000 Meter! Feind getroffen! Ziel zerstört! Volltreffer! Feindliches Schiff brennt! Feind ausgeschaltet! Wir wurden beschädigt! Volltreffer!
Oh, I'm sorry to say, Doshin, but that Tashkent is probably going to be sunk by my hands first. But maybe not.
Zu weit! Abbrechen!
I see an aircraft image there, but apparently there's no aircraft up.
1000 Meter! Gegner getroffen!
Oder Backbord.
Direkter Treffer!
Schlachtkreuz. Voraus. 6000 Meter. Ziel identifiziert.
Alaska is on the move towards Sea Point.
Heil! 120! 6000 Meter!
If he'll be on time or not is a different question, and I missed a detonation on the Moffat. Oh well, there'll be plenty more in the future.
Liegen im Ziel! Wir wurden beschädigt!
But I don't think the Alaska can make it to the Sea Point in time.
Keep it up! The victory will be ours! Feind getroffen!
So that should be match as well.
Ziel getroffen!
Feind vernichtet. Kurs auf die Basis.
And there we go. Now what I think I'm going to do actually is call it there, relatively early in the night. But I've got some reasons. Anyways, that was just some minor to major bullying with the Scharnhorst. The stream was ever so slightly scuffed thanks to my internet connection being a bit silly. But yeah, next week I'm planning to make the update summary video and maybe something else. And that's about it, really. I'll see how far I can get with the holidays, of course, being a thing next week. But yeah, I'll see. Next week I'll probably do some French coastal again. It's been a while since I did the French coastal grind. But I'll see how if that's really feasible because I am at 3.3, and that means SKR territory, especially during these events. But yeah, so next week, probably French coastal. So as usual, thank you all for coming to watch, and I'll see you somewhere next week.